my name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So the question I have, percolating today, the question I'm percolating in my mind is, will the professional fan media, the professional Shill fan media, will they stay as painfully dumb, as painfully stupid as they have been during the Whittaker years? Now, if you like Jodie Whittaker, God bless you, but there's been a big dumbing down as well as many other bad things happening in media in general. Doctor Who was not exempt. In fact, Doctor Who somewhat led the way with the fan media just being painfully dumb. You know, Doctor Who used to appeal to smarter people, right? Doctor Who used to appeal to people who are like slightly outside the norm, which is why we got such a large group of marginalised people in the audience of Doctor Who, right? And it's got a very large gay following. Why? Because the Doctor's a marginalised person who doesn't mind being marginalised. Somebody who doesn't mind not being a conformist. Until Jodie Whittaker, when you got this awful conformist. So I found with the Jodie Whittaker ears were fine. The ears were terrible. Actually, the ears, I didn't really pay attention. I don't want to go on record saying they're fine, right? As far as I know, they're okay. The Jodie Whittaker years, they attracted the absolute worst people in the entire universe, right? These vapid, idiot narcissists that spent years calling me a fascist because I kind of felt the work that Chibnall and Whittaker were doing was absolutely awful, right? And that's who the Shill media appealed to. I mean, people so insanely, mind-numbingly dumb. I just on Twitter a few days ago was attacked by a mob of them, dogpiled, I think is the expression. Let me know if that's not the expression, right? Well, I just slapped them all around, just slapped them all away really easily, right? Right, but I was like, dogpiled. Why? What was it? Because these people are so mind-numbingly weird, right? They couldn't tell the difference between a smutty PG-13 thumbnail, which is I like to go in for. I like a bit, English postcard, seaside postcard humour. I like a bit of dirty, smutty humour. I think it's fine. I think it's innocent. I think it's completely harmless. I think it's part of our culture, and I think it's fun. But they don't, right? They're very confused by it. So they genuinely couldn't tell the difference between a smutty thumbnail and raping children, right? They didn't say one was like the other. No, they say they're equally bad. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like, these people are crazy. Absolutely mind-numbing crazy. And that's who these articles are written for, generally speaking. Why? Because I think that's who's writing the articles as well. But the question is, now the mind-numbing stupidity, the Chibnall years are over. Are we going to get back to a more intelligent audience, and will the media have to change, to match them? So, not yet is the answer, right? Not yet is the answer. We got an article go over here, which is just so mind-numbingly, insanely stupid, right? Just breathtakingly, insanely stupid, insanely dumb, and it's an insanely dumb take on the upcoming era, right? Absolutely insane, worth looking at and take the piss out of. That's what I do. That's what I would say we should really do with all this stupidity. Take the piss out of it. That's what we should do. Anyway, before we get in the article, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are fantastic. Thank you. Look in the video notes. You'll find a link to Substack, my email newsletter. Sign up for that. Lots of free stuff on that all the time. You get to find out all my content is. There's also Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on everything. That's fantastic. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. That's really helpful. I genuinely am very grateful. Fine. So this was from a live stream I did on Thursday. I'm recording this on Sunday the 15th, so it'll be Friday was the 13th. So it'll be Thursday the 12th, right? This was from Thursday the 12th on my live stream where I read over this. I've been trying to get to it for a while, and I finally did it on my live stream, and it doesn't disappoint. So let me hand over to me from a few days ago. This is from Starty Facts? I don't know. Hang on, you can look at it with me and you can decide, right? You can decide what the hell this is, because I don't bloody know. What? Starty what? Who? Statey what? Behave? What are you talking about? What's going on? There we go. Share screen. You see, I'm not crazy.
What is that? Startifax? I don't know. I keep getting confused by it. You can hear me being confused. Anyway, Disney money already ruining Doctor Who. What are they talking about? Whovians worried Doctor Who undergoes Disneyfication, similar to what happened to Marvel and Star Wars. Well, yeah, fair enough. It was recently announced that starting in the fall of 2023, it will be streaming exclusively on Disney Plus internationally. Addition, and I love the way they keep saying, and back at home, it'll be on BBC. It'll be in its normal home. They keep saying that really strongly, meaning it's got nothing to do with the BB bloody C. The more they say that, the less it has to do with the BBC, right? That's the weird, what they say in Robots of Death. It's incredible that the size of the mouth are the size of the brain, something like that. It was recent, by the way. I was just thinking Blake 7 because in the ongoing box sets they have, you have well, this is going to tie to something in a second. You have not Tarrant. What's his name? The Passion Lie. I'll get you, Blake. Travis. You have Travis, a clone of him that lives after Star One, right? It's played by Stephen Greaves. Stephen Greaves very sadly just passed away. So they're screwed now. So you could have him false read what they did from the first time to turn in the second one to make him more credible as Travis. And thus have Brian Croucher from now on, right? I think of Brian Croucher for something. Or it was a death, Brian Croucher. It all connects. It's incredible. It's like one rat's maze. That is my brain. That is true. It all connects. Whovians worried Doctor Who could undergo Disneyfication similar to that happens to Marvel and Star Wars. Yes. It was recently announced starting in fall. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Additionally, the streaming service will reportedly increase the per episode budget from £1 to £3 million to around 10 million. Nope, that's bonk, apparently. Which will definitely lead to more ambitious storylines and improved effects. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be good as Game of Thrones, frankly. I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be better than we've seen before. The 2005 era is fine for me, quite frankly. While being excited about the benefits Doctor Who will get from the BBC's deal with Disney Plus, fans wonder whether it should be concerned how the deal might impact the overall direction of the show. Zero is what they're saying, isn't it? The news that Disney is partnering with BBC to help fund production of Doctor Who reminded many Whovians of the company's involvement with the other franchises such as Marvel and Star Wars. You just said the same thing. You're going in circles, mate. Despite reassurance that Disney would not interfere with creative directions, the company's internal politics known to negatively impact these franchises. No, they've been very clear about how they're involved. Right? See, this is why I like Rusty David. He's just up front. You can't beat big up front. That just works, right? That's really helpful. Just be up front. That's all you have to do, right? And it's like, yes, they're sending us notes. Every production in the world gets notes from an American company because every production has an American backer. Like, that's the way it works. Upon acquiring Lucasfilm, Disney pressured the production of a new trilogy for no, not at all. Not at all. This was all Kathleen Kennedy, right? Kathleen Kennedy just wanted to be in charge and she didn't know what to do. She could put shit ideas on screen and we see what we see. Nothing fits together. It's terrible. It's not story driven. It's awful, right? They didn't. No, this is like that Kathleen Kennedy wanted to do. This wasn't Disney pressuring it at all. Disney wanted it too, but they opened the door to allow it to happen. Essentially, which ultimately poorly received by millions of dedicated fans. Yeah, no, you killed Star Wars. I mean, you really killed Star Wars, right? There's no excitement for the universe whatsoever anymore. There's no excitement for any movies. You've really killed Star Wars, right? What you really need to do is stop everything for at least a year or two, right? At least that. Then come back with one incredible, iconic movie that connects to everything everybody loves about Star Wars. Get rid of everything in the sequels. Just gone. Again, imagine how good your life would have been had you just remade. What's going on there? Oh, it's just a bike. So imagine how good your life would have been if you just remade The Last Jedi, like that position. I know, yeah, you have to admit you're wrong, you admit defeat. Imagine how much better the franchise would be if you did that. Imagine how better the franchise would be if you looked at the bloody script before you did that, right? I mean, if anybody did their job properly. It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, it absolutely failed. And you didn't help it by gaslighting it and supporting it, right? Ultimately, look where we are. Ultimately, it's gone. You killed Star Wars. You've absolutely killed it. It could have been awesome, but you absolutely killed it with shit after shit after shit after shit after shit. You know, it's you killed Star Wars. So what do you want to do? Now, the only way to bring it back, as I said, is take it offline for a few years, like at least a couple of years. Make people miss it. I don't know how you're going to do that, but do that. Then come back with some huge iconic movie. I think the death and life of Luke Skywalker, and it's Luke Skywalker's life story, starring Mark Hamill, digitally de-aged all the way through, and so you get the iconic moments from the original trilogy. I think, you know, find some way of explaining Leia's absence, you know, that sort of thing, and do that, right? Make it a story and have it like a great filmmaker make it, right? Who am I thinking of? Firstly, Russo brothers would actually be very good at that. They would be very, very good. I see recently by the Russo brothers. Hang on, let me have a quick look. Hang on. Yeah, here they are. Korea. There's just something out by them. Was really, what was that? Was it Citadel? No, it was a TV show or is that the one? I don't know. Grey Man. Grey Man was fun. Good fun. That was it. It was Grey Man. Good action movie, right? Good action movie. Anyway, where was I? But I'm thinking something bigger. Something like, what's the name? 1 second. Was it Christopher Nolan, maybe? Right? Like a really large screen. Christopher Nolan. Like a really large screen director. That's what you really need for Star Wars at this point, right? Yeah, I mean, it's there you go. That's what you really need for Star Wars at this point. Anyway, back to this one. Disney pressured in production, get knocked through. This is all Kathleen Kennedy, I think. Oh yeah, like being supported by Disney big time. They've been known to exert their influence in other ways, leading to widely discussed decline of the decline of quality of Marvel projects. Yeah, I think this was them trying to please Disney. Yeah, they really have destroyed Marvel. The tendency makes Doctor Who fans uncomfortable about the news of the partnership between the BBC and Disney. They fear Disney will eventually want to Doctor Who to be a worthwhile investment, which can cause some level of friction. I think it's going to be a worthwhile investment. They're desperate for it to work. This is so dumb. This is so painfully dumb. Some people worried that Disney might seek to exert control over the show, and in the future, given the financial resources at the disposal, may have the advantages in negotiations. Besides, the fans are concerned about the reports that Russell Davies is coming back to with plans to expand the Whoniverse with a number of Disney-style spin-offs. Among them, the showrunner is reportedly looking into a show revolving around the Doctor's enemy, Darkseid, and weeping. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Though Whovians are excited about the future of the beloved show, the larger budget of and David Tennant and Darcy Evans coming back, the majority would rather take some time to ensure the showrunners return results in improvement of the. What are you talking about? I think, listen, we're two camps with naysayers and pro. I think the pro overwhelmingly strong pro. I think that's the vibe I get, right? That's why, look, I make it a genuine effort to make everybody feel welcomed, right? Wherever you are, right? I do, because I understand. It's like, we live in a very tribal world, right? It's nicer to, that we can all agree, right? Isn't that like that's not so terrible, is it? So, man, that's a really dumb article. That's really dumb. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe.
subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.